Ho ho, hold your horses and welcome to MRL F2 here in Singapore. I literally have a blank out right now. I forgot what I wanted to say. But anyways, we are here with F2. I'm having such a blackout. I'm here with Giants fan. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Excited for some more F2 action here at the streets of Singapore. Obviously, we're on the new layout today for, I believe, our first time here in MRL, the 19 corner course. Obviously, the Sector 3 is very different from what it was in prior seasons. And I'm excited to see what these F2 cars can do on it. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think, for these guys. I think we're going to see a lot of broken wings and broken dreams, but hopefully not too many.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Let's quickly get into the game for this one-shot quali here, as we have an F2.
I must say, I love the picture of me that you got on there. Big fan.
It's fitting. It's fitting. It's fitting.
I like it. I
You're
really
a
do.
Giants fan, so.
I do like it. As we're away.
So who do you have for Paul here? Is it gonna be Minico as always, or do you reckon somebody different?
It's Miniko's definitely the favorite. I think Alan Toast might be able to give him a run for his money here. We'll see.
Well, we are on board with Minico anyway, and he's already first coming out of the first three corners.
Nicky G has retired. Very quick retirement.
Maybe he has like 40 damage? I don't actually know. The Minico still in the lead after first sector, but Alan is actually really giving him a run for his money, almost invalidating after the straight. And
I think he kissed the wall. Alan just coming off of a F1 social race here just a couple minutes ago. Was a track limits merchant in that race, picking up 6 seconds of penalties, I believe.
Yeah, that is definitely gonna be a factor in today's race. The track limits, which, well, you would think since it's a street circuit, you don't really get many track limits, but you'll be surprised how many track limits you actually can get around here.
Yeah, there's a lot of these like little spots where you can just run wide as they're coming through, and one of them right here is Alan's gonna flirt with it. You can go over that white line and invalidate, and it's just incredibly frustrating, I must say.
Yeah, because you're basically thinking, well, I'm following the racing line, how can I be off track? But you actually are. Oh, Alan with a big snap there. And
Miniko's gonna grab pole here pretty convincingly. Comes to the final corner.
Minico does go pole with a 142.2, and City are behind him with a 143.7.
So he's not just behind him. He's a second and a half behind him.
Yeah, that's just showing Minico's dominance. As we have talked about the new track layout of Singapore, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. 19 turns, 5 kilometers, 3.1 miles, and as you can see there, that little section under the bridge is now gone. It's erased from existence, and my mouse has just gone away. I can't find it anywhere. What? Hold on a second.
Order here: Minico P1, City Var P2, Bouncy P3, Alan Toast bringing it home P4, Edge P5, Chosen Toby P6, Landsharky P7, Animal P8, X-Man P9, John Does Work P10, Nicky G P11, Cartman P12, and then rounding out the field is our Red Bull team principal of Kiss My Axe.
I just gotta say, I still love that name to this day.
I am a big fan of it.
10 out of 10 name. But Pat the Rock, how are you doing? Chaos as well, how are you doing?
Interesting to note here, this is a day race, seeing as how this is F2. Very different from our usual night race here in our F1 cars.
I am not gonna lie to you, I actually forgot about that.
I did not realize it until I just loaded in here and saw it, so. It's not just you.
Yeah, so that's gonna be another set of challenges for our drivers to see if they can cope with the daylight as well instead of the nice shiny lights of the night here in Marina Bay.
It'll definitely play havoc or wreak havoc with their tire temperatures. I mean, they're probably going to be running pretty warm tire pressures or tire temperatures because F1 cars at nighttime is already high enough. I can only imagine how high it's going to be during the day.
Yeah, luckily these cars do go a little bit slower though, as we are building on to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. Minico gets a decent start. City of R up the inside, almost taps Minico. And it looks like they are just able to keep
Minico
it
missed
clean.
turn one. Minico missed turn one. It's going to let Alan Toast go through the lead. City of R spins out of the corner. There's some wings. I think Minico missed turn one and ended up or opted to take the wide line and not hopefully not get a warning, and that just kind of put Alan Toast and City of R in a very interesting situation.
Yeah, as Minico has now gone down to P2, but on the back of Alan Toast already. He's not been in this position much this season behind another car, but when he has been, he's been able to make the overtake more 9 times out of 10.
Saw Alan's back end. They're wiggling a little bit coming out of that corner. He's trying to get as much traction as he can to just try and fend off from Minico. Quick rundown of the position gainers and losers. Alan Toast is up 3. Minico obviously dropped 1. Going down the field, Cartman's up 6 positions. Kiss My Axe is up 5 positions, and then Bouncy and City of R are both way down the order. Bouncy down 8 positions, and City of R down 10.
Yeah, and Animal also not having the greatest first laps of his life, losing 5 and going to the back of the grid. He probably got caught up in that little spin with City of R.
We do have 3 super soft runners compared to the rest of the field who's on the soft tire, so Alan Toast being one of those, our leader on the super softs. He should be faster here to start, but Minico should be able to reel him back in here in a couple laps.
Yeah, it also looks like Alan Toast is just struggling with the car a little bit. He's sliding a lot all over the place.
He misses turn one.
And as I say, he's struggling with the car. He shows it, but whoa, what an undercut here.
Yeah, that was very smart from Alan. He let Minico run a little wide as they're side by side through turn 5.
Big battle for the lead here, and Minico looks like he's got it done, but Alan Toast on the track race.
I think Alan has a bit lower wings here. That's allowing him to get the speed down the straights. Minico gonna have a look down the inside again.
Just allowed to keep it clean. Minico, beautiful move up the inside. Woo! And who says you can't overtake around Singapore?
It's definitely going to be difficult, especially in these F2 cars where you don't have the battery at your disposal. You don't have a lot of things that could help you. I wouldn't want to try to overtake here in an F2 car.
I mean, Minico's doing it, and he's doing it brilliantly. Alan Toast trying to find a way to get a good run out of there, get some slipstream. Maybe he's looking to make a move up the inside here.
Yeah, Alan's a smarter driver than that. That's a bit too far back. If he sends that in there, it's not going to end well. Might just be able to have a go at him here, though. Nope. Thinks better of it.
Yeah, might just be better to wait for some DRS, and well, you don't want to be tapping the wall if you want to get the lead back.
Back down the order, Bouncy is moving ahead of X-Man. Bouncy trying to make his way back up the grid. City of R still back down there. Nicky G and Animal still pretty far off the pace. I believe Nicky G has some wing damage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if that were to be the case after that lap 1 spin with, because I think he could.
I say I saw a wing flying somewhere. I think it's off of Nicky G's car.
Yeah, we're currently on board with City of R down in 11th place, trying to make a move up into 10th place. He's opening the DRS to get back into the points. Can he do it at the end of the straight? John does work, tries to defend it. A little bit of weaving from both drivers. And in the end, City of R just has to stay behind.
I think all three of those guys, City of R, John, and X-Man, just got 3 warnings there because it looked like they had all run pretty wide. There's John does work, takes a very shallow entry into that corner.
Yeah, that really set City of R up to just hang it around the outside. And
Does John have wing damage? Trying to see here. I don't think so. Oh, he might get it now. He's got it now.
I caught that absolutely perfectly.
I was say it's a good thing we were on board there because gets it back going straight, way down the order. Definitely has wing damage now. No debate about that.
Yeah, I am not surprised. Oh, Minico taps the wall just at the exit, coming onto the final 2 corners. As we switch back to our battle for the lead. And Minico going really off track there. Might have gotten a warning there on the straight. You actually want to be careful.
This is the point in time where, yes, he did actually get a warning there. He's sitting at 2 warnings now.
Yeah, you want to be careful going off track on the straight because you could easily gain a 10-second for it.
John does work his boxing to fix that wing. Tolby sitting there in P5, still in the DRS of Landsharky, but just has not been close enough. Cartman is all over the back of Tolby, though. Might have a go at him here down into turn 7, I believe. Sends it down the inside. It's going to get on the curb. Gets the job done. Nice move from Cartman.
Yeah, kept it really clean, kept the car under control, and that's a great move.
I think Tolby may have just kind of saw the writing on the wall there and is like, you know what, have it. I'm not going to fight this right now. We still got 30 laps to go in this race, so no reason to push too hard just at this point in time.
Well, Chaos in chat is calling for his name. He wants absolute chaos, as Kiss My Axe goes a little bit wide, which might allow Bouncy to have a look up the inside after the next straight. Bouncy tries to get the better
kisses that inside wall. Obviously, these two are our teammates, so maybe it's in their best interest to maybe swap the cars here. We shall see.
Yeah, Bouncy really deep on the brakes, almost too deep. As he tries to get closer and closer to Kiss My Axe. Let's head back up to the front of the field again, as we have a battle of the lead. Minico versus Mr. Alan Toast, and Alan has been sitting in Minico's DRS for a couple of laps now, but not really able to make the move.
It might have been the first time I've seen Alan make the apex of turn 1. Every time I've watched him go through there, he's gone wide, so he's making improvements. I don't know if Alan's going to be able to make the move. I mean, these tires on his tires are just going to keep getting worse and worse. Well, Minico's maybe, they'll obviously fall off, but they're not going to fall off at quite such a rate. So I think he might be able to just sit here, but I don't see him getting an overtake done without a mistake. So we have a yellow flag for Animal looping around out of turn 3, I believe that is.
Yeah, he was going really slowly there, but luckily he's managed to get it back underway.
Alan pretty close here going through the hairpin. I think he's just got to get a little bit closer than that, though. That's not close enough.
He's got to get a better exit out of that little hairpin to have any chance of diving up the inside here.
And that hairpin is so difficult to get the power down it because the car just wants to spin out to the inside.
Yep.
And you got to be so careful, especially in these, or I shouldn't say especially, but even in these F2 cars.
And even though these two have been battling for almost 5 laps now, they still gap the rest of the field by 8 seconds, which is
Ed's quietly sitting there in P3. As Nicky G is our first recipient of a 3-second time penalty. I'm sure we will get plenty more of those in the next 28 laps.
Yeah, I believe we will as well.
Very interesting. Nobody's underfield. Which actually, if I remember correctly, I don't think you can change the field for these cars.
No, no, you can't.
So scratch that. Not important. Because I think it
Oh,
was oh,
we will
what
just
am I
act like you can, so nobody on the field.
yeah, no one underfield. What the development? I think it was D-Master and I last week at Portugal. We're like, oh my gosh, everyone underfield, everyone's fuel lights on. And then we were talking to Minico post race. He's like, yeah, we can't change that. I was like, oh, well, I feel smart.
I must say,
Hartman.
Alan is doing a better job of hitting the apexes, but he's doing a worse job at keeping close, because I think his tires are starting to go off now.
Yeah, I think says we have a yellow flag. I think that's animal again.
It is.
Nicky G gets by X-Man, who might have had a moment there. That is not a
He definitely
conventional
has a moment,
overtaking
he has no
spot.
wing. I'm wondering what happened there for X-Man, because he has no wing at the moment. Can you slow it down? Yes, he can. He's actually still driving pretty fast for a car without a wing.
It's interesting that like the safety car doesn't really come out for broken wings in F2, whereas obviously we all know F1, you break one little piece of wing, it's like full safety car, stop the field.
Yeah, right here in the midfield we do have a nice little battle going on from P4 basically all the way down to P9. They're almost within a second of everyone, or as Kiss My Axe taps the wall.
Say, maybe a little love tap. I don't think I heard him any. Don't think he'll be able to get Tolby just yet. But Tolby's going to be under some pressure here if he can't get back into the DRS of these guys ahead of him.
Yeah, and Cartman is literally pushing Landsharky around this racetrack at the moment.
I'm a little surprised by that. Cartman has got the super softs on, whereas Landsharky's got the soft. So in theory, the advantage should slowly start to shift into Landsharky's favor, but Cartman's still all over the rear gearbox of Landsharky.
Yeah, Cartman doing a exceptional job on those probably pretty worn super soft tires.
Ooh. X made a misjudgment on the hairpin there, hit the inside wall, might give his teammate Bouncy a go at him. It's going to be around the outside. I would hope that these guys sort this out. Nope, they're going to go side by side.
No team orders here at the moment. It's Bouncy versus Kiss My Axe. A straight up fight, and they're still going side by side down the new straight. Kiss My Axe finally decides to back out of it.
As the yellow flag, I think that's X-Man again.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
That was some risky driving by the teammates there. They went side by side, and I was not going to think that was going to end well, but
yeah, and Kiss My Axe is now under pressure from City OR, but he just has to stay behind. And Minico has now gapped Allen by 1.6 seconds. So those tires definitely starting to fall off now at this stage of the race.
Yeah, and if you're City here, City qualified up, what was he, P2? P3? Somewhere up there?
Yeah, he qualified.
And now he's sitting here in P9 at the back of this long DRS train. I mean, this is not... He might have to look for some sort of undercut in order to gain some positions here, because he's got the pace on these guys. It's just a matter of getting around them. That's going to be the issue.
Yeah, interesting. I just noticed on his telemetry while he's braking, he's still just a tiny little bit on the throttle. What do you think that is? Is that just a driver mistake or something?
That is interesting. Maybe he just thinks that's the way to do it. Let's go ride Minico real quick, see what he's doing. Of course, he's going down a nice long straight here. I don't know if it's different for the F2 cars. I don't know. Oh, that's in the pits. And I don't know what that is. I know he is on a wheel now, so maybe he's accidentally resting his foot on the pedal and not realizing it.
That is probably what's happened. That's happened to me many times before as well.
So I think just about everyone's done it at some point.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting some great speed out of it, so it's not hurting him too much.
Ooh, Cartman almost lost it out of the final corner there.
We were just switching the cameras on him and he almost lost it. Trying to hunt down Landsharky, but he...
That last corner will catch you out if you're not paying attention. Bouncy got a great run out of turn 3 there. He might be able to have a go here at Tolby. Doesn't get the exit out of turn 5 though. I don't think he'll have it.
I mean, he's closer than Cartman is, and he is looking to the inside.
He wanted to, he just thought better of it.
And City OR, you can just, as you said, he has the pace, and you can see that because he's able to place that car wherever he wants it, but just can't find a way past.
No, it's definitely frustrating for him at this point. He's hoping that Axe can get out of DRS here. He's just hanging on by a thread to his teammate.
Yeah, that DRS from his teammate is definitely keeping Kiss.
Ooh, Axe might just open the door for him.
Not with a slide like that.
Say mistakes are a great way to get by someone. Let's see how aggressive City is. He's gonna bump him. They're gonna go into the wall. Did they hit it? Ah, I think Axe is. Yeah, Axe is missing a bit of wing.
His left wing end plate. City of R gives the position back though. Felt like that was his fault there.
Yeah, City got a little bit too deep into that corner. Unfortunately, it's going to cost Axe quite a bit here with that wing damage.
But now with that wing damage, it should be easier for City of R to repass him.
Yeah, in theory, he should get by him here pretty quick, but
we know that theory doesn't always plan out that way. Especially not with those snaps.
It's nice quick little note here.
Able to put the power down really nicely and lining it up.
There is a 15-second gap between second and third currently, because we have a yellow flag.
Was briefly for John.
Nicky G maybe? I don't know who that was for.
No, it was Nicky G. You were right. Kiss My Axe, still able to defend off City of R.
Bouncy's still all over the back of Tolby as well.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, he's sliding a little bit.
It's basically 3 different battles, very close to each other. Landsharky and Cartman having a battle, Tolby and Bouncy having a battle, and Kiss My Axe and City of R having a battle. All within... I'd say 5 seconds from each other.
Yeah, the thing that might save Axe here is the fact that he's going to have a bit more straight line speed now without that end plate. So it might actually make it harder for City to get this overtake done.
Yeah, ironically. But through the corners you can just see how much City of R actually closes up. As there's a 3-second time penalty for Kiss My Axe, and City of R wants to throw it down the inside of turn 1, but he doesn't.
He's definitely going to be a little more cautious now. He feels bad about that first incident. He's not going to try to make that happen again.
Yeah, but I definitely felt like he could have made the move there into turn 1.
He could have. I just think he's trying to err on the side of caution here. He might get him right now. That's a great run out of turn 5.
That's an absolutely amazing run.
But that straight line pace from Axe is going to be a killer. Even with the DRS.
Yeah, and
we tapped him
from City of R.
It's these slow corners I think he's going to have to get by him, and I don't think he can get him on those DRS, even with a DRS.
Yeah,
or like just a mistake like that. Yeah, just like that.
That's great awareness there from City of R, but he has lost 3 seconds to Bouncy. How quickly can he catch that up in?
I think now that City is in clean air, he should catch right up to these guys. He's on the better tires at this point than Bouncy is. So I expect him to get back up there relatively quickly. Land Sharky picks up 3 seconds. That'll help Cartman out.
Yeah, that'll just...
Bouncy picks up 3 seconds. You get a penalty.
Everybody's picking up time penalties at the moment. I'll get them on screen for you as of right now. So we have Land Sharky with 3 seconds, Bouncy with 3 seconds, Kiss My Ass with 3 seconds, and Nicky G with 6 seconds.
Ed's just quietly sitting there in 3rd position. Has not really made a whole lot of noise in this race, but give him a shout. He's doing a great job there, managing the gap to Land Sharky.
Yeah, he's borrowed the car of Kushmani, and it's doing him wonders at the moment.
Now, obviously, Edge might not be able to see this, but from a bird's eye view here, I would be a little bit worried about City of R. I think City of R has really good pace in these cars, and I think as long as he can clear these guys relatively quickly, he could work his way all the way up to Edge.
Yeah, if he gets past, if he works with his fellow drivers and gets past them quick enough, he definitely could. But as we already saw, he got stuck behind Kiss My Ass for quite some time, even though he was way faster in the corners. So he's gonna have to think outside the box to get to Edge, I feel like.
Well, for Bouncy, he's going to have the tire advantage. I mean, as you can see, Bouncy is sliding all over the track right now. So I think if he just can play his cards right here, I think he'll make fairly quick work of Bouncy. Maybe in a lap or two we might be able to get him. Because Bouncy's fallen off of the back of Tolby quite a bit already.
Yeah, and City of R has closed that gap down pretty quickly, I must say.
Cartman's fallen off of the back of Land Sharky. These super softs are really starting to hurt these guys at this point in the race.
Yeah, the the soft tire is now coming into its own, and indeed you can see the sliding from Bouncy coming out of that corner.
Slide out of that corner to the City. This is gonna be, let's say, this is gonna be a very tight turn one. It's very difficult to get a move done there.
City of R keeping it really close to the back of Bouncy. It has to get the braking right to not go.
Oh, I saw that. He ran wide. That corner is so difficult. It's so easy to run wide on entry. You might be able to get Bouncy here, though. See how much Bouncy wants to fight this.
Oh,
he takes the exit there. And he's up to P7.
Yeah, Bouncy definitely tried to hang on there, but City of R just having the better grip in the tires and able to take the place from him. Oh, there goes Sharky.
Oh, Sharky. That's going to be a tough spot. These guys are going to have to pay attention. City gets around him. John Does Work has retired. That's going to be a virtual safety car.
Yeah, luckily the car of Land Sharky ghosted, so everybody was able to drive through him.
I'm trying to see. Yes, he does have a bit of wing. Yeah, a little bit of wing damage.
Oh. Well, it is the season of giving, so we are giving you guys quite some action here in F2.
I'm one of these super soft guys. I'm ducking in right now. This is a free pit stop, or a gimme pit stop, I should say.
Yeah, they're lucky it's not a full safety car though, because I think in F2 you can't make your pit stop under the safety car.
Cartman is bringing it in. I think this is a smart call by Cartman. See if anyone else wants to join him. City, no. Bouncy is going to join him. X stays out. Sharky's going to join him. Yeah, I think if you're on the softs, though, you have to stay out. You can't box right now because super softs obviously aren't going to make 20 laps.
No, they didn't even do.
Cartman
laps,
getting a wing change.
Yeah, so he's picked that up somewhere down the line. Wait,
That's gonna drop him behind Bouncy.
yeah, on my screen they fixed the front wing first and then started working on the tires. Like, what is that coordination?
Yeah, maybe that's an F2 thing. I don't know. As the
Oh
race
yeah,
is
of course.
green, so they obviously would
So
have liked it to stay out a little bit longer, but I think that's still going to be a net game for those guys right there.
yeah, and I just realized, of course, F2 also has fewer people working on the car, so maybe that's the reason why they did the tires last.
There is quite a big window here when it comes to making a pit stop. So I think that's going to be a great call for Bouncy, Cartman. I think those guys are possibly going to leapfrog Edge here.
Yeah, come the end of the race, they might find themselves at the front when Minico and Edge make their pit stops, and of course Alan, who
I don't think they're going to get Minico and Alan. Alan, they're 18 seconds clear of Edge. I think those are the only two that are going to be pretty safe from that pit stop.
I mean, if Alan extends this for too long, he might fall back into the clutches. Because he's losing quite a bit of time to at least Minico right now, 7 seconds.
I think Alan's still clear. He's got 50 seconds to Bouncy, so I think he's should be good. I'm not 100% sure what the window is for the F2 cars, but I don't think it's that big. Because we do have, because my X is pitting now. Getting another wing change.
Yep.
Gosh, these pit stops are so slow.
Actually, they are so slow.
And I mean, just look at the difference between X and Cartman and Bouncy. I mean, he was not that far off of them. And now he is very far back.
Yeah, and meanwhile, City of R is now up into 5th place after those pit stops. And catching Toby quite rapidly. We have a yellow in Sector 1. That's for John does work retiring into the pits.
No, that was Animal. Animal spun out of the last corner, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to get it gathered back up here. These guys are not too far off from getting lapped here by Minico.
Yeah, City of R now finally into the DRS range of Toby.
Alan tosses in. The last of our super soft runners to pit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye out where he comes out, because if he comes out in a bit of traffic and he has some troubles there, it could send him down way back down the field. But if he's able to get into some clear space and keep it clean, he'll be cooking.
He's going to come out behind Toby and City of R. I think he'll have fresh enough tires and he'll be fast enough to make quick work of them, but he's definitely going to lose a little bit of time here.
Let's just hope for his sake it's not too much.
I believe it was a 9-second gap to Minico when he boxed.
Yes, yeah, around 8 or 9 seconds indeed.
He trying to put some pressure on Toby, hoping to get another mistake here.
Yeah, City is using quite a bit of the track, I must say, almost getting a warning after the straight there. Really.
And these F2 cars, I think that's you almost have to use as much track as you can, just because they don't generate as much speed as Cartman picks up 3 seconds.
Yeah, Toby a little bit of a snap on the braking going into the hairpin there, but a great exit allows him to stay in front of City of R. He's not really able to make a move past him just yet. This is our only real battle on track with Mr. Alan Toast looking to hunt them down on his fresh soft tires. And if you are Mr. Alan Toast right now, what would your thought process be if you're seeing these two guys battle up front?
Just try to be smart, you know. Try to. I think he's a very smart driver. He's not gonna do anything dumb here, but you gotta try and hope that these guys can kind of like make a mistake or something like that, and at least get you by one. The problem is the city's gonna have DRS here, so he's not gonna be an easy overtake. And it's not like he has a battery or anything to try and fight him with, so he's got to kind of be strategic on how he gets his overtake done. His city might get Toby here.
Oh, he pulls to the inside. They get very close. They almost make contact. And now...
As this side by side is killing Alan Toast. Toby gonna pinch City off. They're gonna make contact. They're gonna be three wide.
Go free wide.
Okay,
here.
Alan thought better of that one. City is all over the back of Toby here. Are we gonna see a deep dive into the hairpin by someone? Nope. We're too nice.
Yeah, Alan thought about it, but decided not to. Now they open the DRS. And Toby is the only one without it, but Alan sends it down the inside of almost two.
Oh!
Straight into the wall goes Toby and Alan after a absolute dive bomb from Alan. It would have been an amazing move if he had been able to slow it down, but that leads City of R to get onto the podium.
So City made out really good on that deal, but I know Toby's not going to be too thrilled about that one.
Yeah, now both of these guys basically have to pit. Toby stays out, Alan goes in. So Toby stays out with literally half a front wing, I believe. If I can get the right camera angle. Yeah, with literally half a front wing, he decides to stay out. I mean, he's got track position at the moment. He might be saying, oh no, Alan.
Yeah, I was in the pits. Alan's disgusted with himself.
You know what? I actually would be too, I think.
So meanwhile, that just opened the door for Edge to get P2 here.
It actually did. Alan Toast up for P2 and throws it away.
Yeah, that's always a scary thing about hitting with traffic behind.
Yeah, Alan had the move done on City of R. He was alongside going into the braking zone and he broke later, but just went way too deep on the brakes and could not get it stopped before colliding into Toby. As Bouncy is looking to go around the outside of Toby now, and Cartman catching up. Ooh, they make it very close. And now Cartman has a little run on Bouncy. But he just has to stick behind. And you can see how much that wing is affecting Toby.
Toby's finally in the box here.
The pits right now.
Might have been hoping for a safety car there.
Yeah, I think after the first couple of corners he was like, we're gonna pit soon anyways, so let's just change the wing at the pit stop. But after a lap he realized he couldn't do it. It's way too slow.
So our front three still have to pit. Bouncy and Cartman are... I think Edge might be... I think Edge might just come up behind him. It's gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, I mean City of R is definitely within the pit range of Bouncy and Cartman. But Edge... It's gonna be tight around them, I think. Although F2 stops are slower, so yeah, I think they will come behind them as well. So we are basically looking at a battle for net P2 in the race right now.
The problem these guys are going to have is their tires are going to be quite old, and Edge is going to have a lot better tires and a lot faster tires on the super soft. So he's going to be moving, and not to mention that Edge doesn't have a penalty yet. Cartman gets another 3 seconds.
Yeah, speaking of penalties, let's take a look at them. City of R with 3, Bouncy with 3, Cartman now with 6, Landsharky with 3, Kisma X also 3 seconds, and Nicky G still on 6 seconds.
As Edge has decided to pit, so we're going to find out exactly where he's going to come out here. I'm going to guess it might even be behind Landsharky.
Well, it's gonna be not too close with
It might be close.
And Bouncy, but he might actually, it will be close with Landsharky, I believe.
I think he's going to be behind him now. Oh, yeah. So that, alright, Edge has got to do. I mean, Landsharky's going to probably have to pit here again. I don't see him taking his super softs another 14 laps.
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely
As he
not.
picks up a 3 second.
But that's 6 seconds for him in total. Meanwhile, Cartman is still just vibing behind Bouncy at the moment. I think Cartman is just waiting for the right place, right time, right moment to strike. Because right now,
Could also just be chilling because he's got 3 more seconds than Bouncy does.
that is very true. He doesn't need to make the pass.
As Minico, our leader, has also decided to pit as we have a yellow flag. Animal again.
Yeah.
Animal spun it. Oh! Someone hit him?
Yes, I think it was Cartman that hit him.
Cartman. Oh, there's a safety car! That is exactly what City of R needed. That's going to put him in a great spot here. Took us 20 laps, and we finally have our first full safety car.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the case in the F1 game, but at least in real life, in F2 you can't make your mandatory pit stop under the safety car. So if City of R pits and it works the same as it does in real life, this pit stop doesn't count for him.
Well, I guess we're going to find out.
For his sake, I'm hoping that they haven't put that into the game and he's able to take these tires to the end and doesn't have to pit again.
I don't think it's in the game. Obviously, we don't know. A couple other drivers are opting to pit here, so Bouncy stayed out, Edge stayed out, City of R will be P4, Kismayak stayed out, Cartman's in the pits. He's serving a penalty? Maybe?
Yeah, well,
Landsharky also boxed.
after almost a season of doing F2, you'd think we know the rules by now.
Yeah, we're making them up as we go.
Exactly, we'll make them up as we go.
Yeah, we don't worry about rules. Who needs rules?
Rules are made to be broken.
So Bouncy is going to essentially be a moving chicane here on his 7-lap-old softs. Meanwhile, everyone else behind him, outside of Kiss My Axe, pretty much has brand new super softs.
Yeah, and I'm really intrigued to find out why Kiss My Axe didn't pit on those 6 laptops so super soft. Because he's pitted before, he was on the super soft tire, or he was on the soft tire, and now he's on the super soft, so he used 2 sets of tires, or 2 compounded tires. So he could have just gone into the pits and gone for another set of softs or another set of super softs. If he had new ones. So I'm wondering why he stayed out. As Minico caught up to the back of the safety car. And I'm just hearing that Cartman had wing damage.
Okay.
But that's maybe why his pit stop was taking a little bit longer than usual.
As now, because my ex has decided to pit. Not a bad call by Axe, because he might have thought Bouncy was going to pit, so he stayed out. But the safety car, since they weren't caught up, he's not going to lose any time.
Exactly.
He's going to lose one spot to Landsharky, but I don't think he had that spot to begin with, so didn't really lose anything out of the deal, and he's going to have one lap fresher tires. High IQ play by Kiss My Ex there.
Kiss My Ex trying to outsmart the rest of the competition.
Hello, MRK. See you in chat. Bouncy says those super softs should be close to falling off at the end. In theory, yes, they will be, but the problem is you have 8-lap old soft tires on. So if they do fall off, your tires are going to be in the same boat once you get to that point.
Exactly, and with those super soft runners at the moment, at the start of the race they could take them around 12 to 14 laps. Now with a lighter car, they might be able to take them just a couple of laps further and get them safely.
I think that's a. As Bouncy picks up a 3-second under safety car.
Bouncy,
stop typing in chat.
Exactly.
Focus on where you're going.
Maintain control of your car at all times.
I think that's a common, I don't know if I want to say mistake or misconception of guys, because they're like, oh, their tires are gonna fall off at a high rate, but at the same point, your tires are older too. Like, once their tires are falling off, it's just gonna even out with yours. So they're still gonna have an advantage for however long it takes for them to even out.
Yeah, and your tires might actually be worse because you're on a harder compounded tire.
Yeah, I think because I know for Tier 1 at Portugal last week, I had opted for a medium soft strategy, whereas others had opted for soft medium or medium hard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the medium soft strategy worked out great because it put me on the freshest tires at the end, whereas the other guys were on like 6-7 lap old mediums. So I was able to cruise right up to them, cruise right by them, and by the time their tires had evened out, the race was over.
Yeah, exactly, and that might be what's about to happen to Bouncy, as he is giving his AI the blame on his 3-second time penalty.
Always blame the AI.
Which is yet another reason why you should stay in control of your car, even on the safety car.
Yes, I don't know if the safety car will come in this lap.
To form now.
Lost count of how many laps we've done. I don't think we've done that many, so we might have one more before it allows the safety car to come in.
Yeah, I think we have one more as well, although it might be different than F2. I have absolutely zero clue.
Bouncy is hoping that Minico is going to give him DRS. I don't think that will happen, seeing as how Minico was pretty fast, and he's going to be even faster here on these fresh super softs.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a sector and a half, and then Minico was like 2 seconds away, 2 seconds clear.
I agree.
But yeah, most of the pack's now caught up. We're just waiting on Nicky G and Animal, and if they can't catch up after this lap, then too bad for them.
So I think they might be out of luck if they can't get up there now, as Animal's going to box.
To potentially retire.
And gets a speeding penalty for his troubles.
Yeah, so while we're on a little break anyway, let's take another look at the position changes so far during the race. Biggest winner so far is Kiss My Ex, gaining 7 positions since the start of this race. and not really too many losers of the people that are still in the race, with City of R and Animal being the highest with 2 lost positions. So of course Alan Toast jumps to mind with his DNF. Animal made 3 stops already during this race.
We should have a pretty spicy last couple laps here with bouncy and the difference in tires.
Yeah, well, Chaos in chat is giving chaos upon us, or chaos upon you, as you said in chat. But the safety car is gonna come in at the end of this lap. It's pulling the gap from Minico, who's now dictating the pace. Let's just see if there's no accordion effect going on down the back of the field.
Wonder if the brake dragging technique does not work here for F2. I'm seeing these guys having to weave around rather than just drag the brake. Bouncy trying to get as good of a launch as he possibly can on Minico here.
Yeah, when's he gonna go? Oh, he's
gone.
And
Already I can see the big difference. Edge is going to be all over the back of Bouncy here.
As Landsharky and Kiss My Ex are fighting as well through turn 1. They are going side by side. And Kiss My Ex just able to get out ahead.
Ooh, Bouncy hit him over there. That's going to open the door for Edge. Edge does not have DRS though, so could even possibly open the door for City of R to snag one of them. Edge is going to send it down the inside and see if Bouncy wants to fight it. He will try to, but I don't think he can on those old tires. He's going to send it in deep.
Ooh.
That's going to open the door for City. City of R to P2.
Through goes City of R.
And Edge repays the favor to Bouncy by shoving him wide. Now can City of R pull the gap between himself and Edge of 3 seconds? He's already at a second. Now, if these two are good teammates, I think they would swap Kiss My Axe and Bouncy. It just does not make sense to have Bouncy hold Axe up at this point. As he does. Good work by Bouncy there.
Yeah, earlier in the race it was, I believe, the other way around when Bouncy wasn't allowed through. But Bouncy playing the team game, letting Kiss My Ex through, and now holding up Landsharky.
I give him a pass for earlier in the race. They were on equal footing, whereas now Kiss My Axe is on a lot better tires, and Bouncy is struggling on the soft tires. He almost loses it out the final corner. Someone has lost it. It's Tolby. Another safety car.
I just saw that. Oh my god, that wreck in the back.
Gonna allow Animal to catch back up.
Yeah, and that's another neutralization of the race. And Minico was already 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, so much for Bouncy getting DRS there.
Yeah. Well, it is the season of giving, so we are giving you an absolute treat of a Grand Prix here, an absolute treat of a race here, with some spicy racing here near the end of it, with just under 10 laps to go. We're gonna have about 5 laps left, I guess, when the safety car comes in again, for a nice little sprint towards the end.
See if anyone opts the pit here. I could see Nikki G or Cartman as Edge is overtaken. What happened to City? City, what happened? City of Ours made a boo-boo.
What happened to City of R? In 4th place at the moment. I was just looking at chat, so I completely missed what happened.
I also missed that. I just saw him start tumbling down the order.
As Bouncy decides to dive it into the pits now for what I can only assume to be super soft tires.
He was so confident.
As Chaos says in chat, "'Tis the season for giving chaos." Well, we are absolutely bringing you chaos right here. Which F2 usually always does. If not at the front, then especially in the mid-pack.
We're down to 9 drivers left of our original 13.
Yep, so it's basically just finished and you will get in the points. So if you're Minico, how do you go about this race restart? Because you've just done the race restart and you went before the final 2 corners. How are you gonna tackle this one?
I'd honestly probably just do it the same. I think he knows he's pretty clear of the field here. There's nothing. I don't think he needs to really get too crazy with it, but we'll see what he has in store. Maybe he changes it up a little bit.
Yeah. Also funny to note, everybody has got penalties except Edge and Minico, except the top 2 drivers. And
Miniko has had 2 warnings since lap 3 or 4.
So somewhere along that
Yeah,
line.
from lap 4, and has not gotten a single warning since. Meanwhile, Edge has also had 2 warnings since lap 4, and has not. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay, maybe one of those warnings was a collision warning, but he is sitting at 2 warnings.
City of R says in chat, "I am stupid."
I am stupid.
I'm thinking it's Total Leclerc.
Oh no, City.
Which gives Kiss My Ex at the moment P3, a podium position, gaining 10 positions from where he started. Absolute brilliant race for him so far.
Quick rundown of the penalties here. Obviously, the front 2 don't have any, but Kiss My Ex is sitting P3 with 6, City of R with 3, Landsharky with 6, Cartman with 6, Nikki G with 9, Bouncy with 6, and then Animal has 5 seconds from a speeding penalty. Should be in this lap.
Yeah, is it by the way just me, or is it telling you as well that Animal is a minute at 51 behind Bouncy?
I think he's a lap down.
Yeah, but
I think that's why that's doing that.
whenever I go to leader, it then says a minute and 42. So he's somehow closer to the leader, but farther away from Bouncy.
And I think that's just because he's a lap down. Miniko's gonna get the field nice and bunched up here.
As we see the snake, the F2 snake, forming again. The safety car is now in the pit, so he's free to drop it whenever he wants to.
And he's gone. Because Max had a really good restart there. Might have a go.
Yeah, he's having a go up the inside of turn 1.
Gonna be a tight turn 1. Because Max sends it in deep.
Oh,
I think he managed to keep it on the track. Came pretty close though. Edge doesn't really need to fight this too hard. He's got obviously a 6-second buffer to Axe and 3-second buffer to City of R, so no real reason to fight him too hard at this point in the race.
Yeah, and he also knows he's not going to be able to compete with Minako. So P2 is the maximum, and he still has that at the moment.
Now Bounty's trying to make his way back up the order here and get by Nicky G.
I'll tell you what,
Smacks
City
out.
of R is closing in on Edge.
I think City has the pace over these front two. It's just going to be a matter of trying to get around them. I don't see him getting around them and then pulling 3 seconds, but we never know.
I always like to be proved wrong.
I do as well. City Bar tier 2 driver for Williams, so we got to show him lots of love. Got it a little bit too deep to that corner, it looked like.
It's just amazing to see how close every single driver is able to get to those walls. It's not just Minako who is already 2.5 seconds in front of the rest of the pack, but every driver is able to get so close out of the corners, through the walls, and somehow not.
Yeah, that's where the speed is. You got to do it if you want to try and do well in these races. Is that a moment there by X, or did he pull down there intentionally? I think X might have had a moment coming out of turn 5 there.
It kind of looked like it.
City Bar might be able to send one down the inside of Edge here. Thought better of it.
Yeah, that's not the place.
I think it's really easy to overbrake yourself in these F2 cars. They just don't seem to slow down very well.
Yeah, not as much as you actually think they will.
As City of R gives us a nice example of that as he runs wide.
Oh, and Bouncy is so close to the pack of Nicky G.
Nicky, I don't know if he's doing it for this race, but I know he tends to run lower wings. So this could be giving Bouncy fits at this point.
Yeah, because I was about to say, Bouncy's line looked way better through the hairpin, but then Nicky G just accelerated away from him. And even here on the straights again, on this little straight, you can see that Nicky G is just able to pull away.
There he goes. That's our fastest lap of the race at 1:44. It is interesting to note that Miniko came into this race 5 points behind his teammate, who's not here, of Bops, looking for his 5th win on the season.
Yep. So Bobs will definitely
yellow flag?
there.
Was that Miniko? Okay, no, it's Nicky G. It looks like, yeah.
Yeah, so Bobs is definitely gonna have to be here next week if he wants to have a chance at the title.
He's also gonna have to outscore Miniko by 20 points next week, unfortunately.
Well, we do have a nice freeway battle here. with P2, P3, and P4, but P2 and 4 both have penalties, and Edge is kind of just sitting in the middle, like, I don't really want to fight you guys.
So Edge is trying to ride this out at this point. No need to get too crazy. And I think if City got pretty aggressive with him, I think he's smart enough. He would just let him go. He was not gonna fight that.
Yeah, as City is having a nice run here.
Ooh, Edge ran a little wide there. That's not what Edge wants to do. Wait a second. I think we might have hit our time limit.
Oh my god.
That's a timer.
Wait, and Cartman has finished before the... Huh?
Wait a second.
Oh, okay.
Did we hit a time limit? Like, yeah, Bouncy's saying time limit.
But why did Cartman then finish before Minico? You'd think there would be at least one more lap after the time limit, right?
I don't know.
City of R, almost, all taps kiss my ex here for the battle for third place. As, well, we were confused about that. Edge has made his way back up to the second.
I say these front four are still racing, so not that any of this fighting is going to mean anything, because I think time penalties will sort that all out.
But it's nice to have. Oh, City of R almost losing it there.
I'm interested to see what happens here when these guys cross the line. Is it going to end the race?
It should do.
In theory?
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen this before. I've never hit the time limit in an F2 race.
Yeah, let's see what happens with Minico here.
As he comes
he's going to
across
cross the line,
to
and
win
he wins.
the
All right.
Singapore Grand Prix, and Edge comes along the line to take second place. Kiss My Ex finishes third on the road, but gets overtaken by City of R due to time penalties. That was something.
Yeah, that was an interesting ending.
Yeah, when you think you've seen it all, F2 always finds a way to surprise you. And it's definitely done that today. As Minico, our winner here, on the top step of the podium, getting once again his 5th trophy of the season. For VAR, who are our Constructors champions.
Send these guys a message here.
So our rundown of the grid is gonna be our winner Minico, P2 is gonna be Edge, and rounding out the podium, City of R. In P4 we have Kiss My Ex, P5 is Cartman, P6 Landsharky, P7 Bouncy, P8 Nicky G. In P9 we have Animal, who is I believe the last of the finishers, and then in P10 we have Toby, then Alan, then John does work, and then at the back X-Men, who was our first retirement. Whew! What a race! What a race! That's the wrong thing.
You have Edge in the waiting room.
Yeah, so we're gonna be starting off our interviews with our P2 man, Edge. Welcome in. How was that race for you?
I'm not Edge. Hold on.
This isn't Edge, this is Minico.
Oh,
Hold on a minute.
We'll talk. We can talk to Minico.
Oh, it was
We'll chat up
Edge
Minico here.
A second ago, and I clicked the name. Okay, I'm so sorry. Minico.
It's all good.
So, how does it feel to be a 5-time F2 winner this season?
I mean, there isn't really much to say, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I just had a lot of pace this entire season in F2 cars, and, well, considering the gaps I've had on other people, it kind of shows. Yeah, to win half the season, that's quite something, and, yeah. No, I ain't got much on that one.
So going into the final race here in Silverstone, are we? Yeah, Silverstone. I believe it's a 20-point gap now for you between you and Bops. What's the? Are we going to try and dominate and win next week too? Or are we going to try and just kind of bring it home? Like, what's the plan?
Well, bringing it home is obviously first priority because, well, if you don't bring it home, then there's a good chance I could lose it. Because, well, Bob's usually when I've won, he's always been in the mix on the podium or something like that. So always had to be aware of that. But if I can send it off with a win, that would obviously be very nice. I love Silverstone, so I would love to do it again on this game cycle, but in F2 cars this time. But I'll just bring it to the checker flag, grab at least 6 points, and we're good from there.
And
Now, is it going to be? Oh, go ahead, Dutch.
well, I was just wondering. Let's say hypothetically, Bob's isn't here next week as well. Would you consider a last to first challenge?
100%.
So that's a valid question. So, how different is? I don't know if you've done it yet. How different is Silverstone in the F2 car compared to the F1?
Well, for one, cornering speed. That's a difference.
That,
Straight line
that could
speed.
be a difference.
Braking. Yeah, no, it's just these cars feel a lot heavier, although they are technically lighter. It's just due to the downforce. You obviously don't have that cornering ability, so it's how do I really explain this? You just kind of have to roll the car through, but also stamp on the throttle in order to really get some good, good exits and good speed throughout the corners. Silverstone, there's going to be a lot of that. We're going to be carrying a lot of speed as much as we can through those corners. It's definitely going to be a challenge, but you never know what could happen. So we'll see.
Okay, well, thank you for joining in the interview, and congratulations on yet another win this season. You are the Max Verstappen of F2 here in MRL.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We gotta get you a song like Max has. We just gotta make up a song
Oh
for
God,
Minico.
no, please. I do not need a song. Please, no.
We'll get
I will-
Stig on that. We'll get Stig right on
I'll
that
just-
for you.
Oh, that is the last guy I want on that. What do you mean?
We'll get Stig on it. Don't you worry.
Oh God, no, I'm gone.
Thanks for stopping
That'll
in.
be done. Yeah, cheers. Thank you for the commentary.
No worries. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, and let's now actually get Edge in because he is the only one waiting in the interview room at the moment. I don't think City of R is there, so here we go with our P2 man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We are doing excellent. That was a beautiful race to watch. Congratulations on the P2.
Oh, yeah, it was hard. It was tough. Keeping that 2-second gap the whole time on Land Sharky for I don't even know how many laps, 15 to 20 laps maybe? Maybe less than that when he spun out.
Yeah, and then
So,
go on.
go ahead. I was just gonna ask him. Did you see what happened with City of R under that safety car, where he kind of did he just like miss a corner? Like, how did he drop back behind both you and Axe?
Not gonna lie, I was looking behind me at Axe, laughing at him, and I turned back towards the front camera, and he's in the wall. So I have no clue what happened.
Because
But he was slick the whole race.
I'd say before that, were you worried that he was ahead of you and might be able to gap you by the 3 seconds?
Oh yeah.
I believe it.
He's always been quick this whole season. It's Minico, Bops, and Land Sharky and City are the only people I can't keep up with. They just gap me, and I'm just in my own zone every single race.
Now, I was looking through your race director during the race. Did you get a collision warning at some point? Because I saw you had 3 warnings, and obviously you didn't have a time penalty yet.
So, lap 1, I got a collision, but I had to go wide into turn 1. I got my 2 warnings in the first lap at like turn whatever that is. Or Minico went wide with, and I went wide and I clipped. I guess my back tire clipped somebody, but I was trying to dodge all the spin out
The
whoever-
chaos.
yeah, the
Yeah.
chaos of City, I think it was, and Bouncy when they spun each other out.
Yep.
So I got all my warnings there pretty much in one lap.
So we're coming to Silverstone next weekend, and what are your thoughts about that track and these F2 cars?
I haven't tested anything. I just come in and wing it pretty much.
Just give it your all on race
I
day.
I ask Bops or Minico for a setup, and then I just hop in for the one lap, and then see where I am, and then that's where I go from.
Yeah, maybe one day when I grow up, I can do that. I wish I had that ability.
That's what I do in Tier 4 and Tier 3. Come on.
Well, anyway, congratulations on a great run here tonight and P2 here in Singapore.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, indeed, congratulations on the podium, and we are gonna be rounding it out here. So I'll let you go.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
Have a good night.
Adios.
Adios.
Right, so that's gonna be it for us today. I've been Dutchy, and that's the way. That's been Giants fans. Some final words before I end it.
We got another dominant run by Minico. Obviously, hopefully we can get Bops and Alan Toast up there next weekend and spice it up a little bit for our finale, or maybe even Minico can start from last and spice it up that way. So, a lot to look forward to next week.
Yeah, you've heard it here first, on air. If Bobs is not here next week, Minico's gonna do a last to first challenge. So, in some way, I'm kind of hoping he's not here, but at the same time, I do want to have a title battle. So, I'm kind of caught between two minds for that one. Maybe we should just both convince them to both start from the back, and see who gets
I agree.
up the field the best.
Reverse grid.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, we are gonna be rounding it out over here. We will be back on Sunday with some F1 action and not more F2. And we'll be seeing you next week for Silverstone. Peace.